Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Um, this is an amazing day. It's an amazing day. It's the week after Labor Day, and we got hurricanes in the ocean. Vegas is flooding, so it's just a lot going on. It's a lot going on across the world. And then I saw another hurricane off the Atlantic. I said, oh my goodness, hurricane season is upon us. But we live in Las Vegas, but we're East Coasters. So, hey, we still keep our finger on the pulse of what's going on over there. But anyway, look, y'all, happy Friday. It's Friday, baby. It's Friday. I remember like when I was in Colombia and watching a particular news station. I can't even remember which one. And they did like this Friday dance. So y'all got a Friday dance? You got a Friday dance?
Hell no.
You're gonna Friday dance? But listen, y'all know what it is. It's your girl Tamika L. Sims here, and I'm back. We are back with another S.T.A.R.V.E Talk Live. Y'all know this is where we get down and dirty. We get in the trenches. We
Down
really
and dirty, huh?
Yeah, down and dirty. We get in the trenches. We really dig into what's going on in the world. And today we have a powerful discussion about the rise of real estate investment scams. Okay, so it's something that we wanted to talk about, to come together as a community and have a discussion around. So do me a favor. As you're coming on the live stream, this is what I need you to do. Okay, I need you to, if you know someone that's thinking about investing in real estate, tag them in this video. If you know somebody that may be already investing in real estate, but is not quite going the way that they think it should go, tag them in this video.
Well, I think we should give them some context of what it's talking about, because it's not just a blanketed real estate scam scenario. What we're talking about is, the last couple months or this year, we had two major ones, and I don't think that this is it, but two major ones that were put out there talking about DJ Envy and his partner Caesar. And now is a big situation going on with the brother Jay Morrison out of Atlanta with a lawsuit and all that other stuff, or pending lawsuits, whatever, for his alleged scamming of individuals and stuff like that. So I think it's important that we put that out there, because it's not just about real estate scam. I don't know much about real estate scams from that perspective, but I want to take it from a different perspective. And the perspective that I want to go on is the crowdfunding, or like the social media influence and how these things are happening, because it's not like, with the Bernie Madoff scenario, where people of a certain place with caliber of living, and they meet this guy, they know him, or they know people like him or whatever, and they're giving their money to these individuals, and then that happens, because those things, Ponzi schemes, happen all the time. It's a situation, the people that look like Tamika and I are getting caught up in these social media scenarios, and these guys that's supposed to be social media gurus saying that they can help you make a bunch of money, and they're crowdfunding and allowing, and you guys are sending in hundreds and thousands of dollars to these situations, and then years later you're saying they took advantage of you. I want to talk about, is that a good idea? Why can't you just do that in your own home, or in your own community, in your own backyard? And those type of things. I want to have those discussions, and then just like, really, why is this happening? So those are some of the things they want to touch on in that.
That's awesome. So yeah. So if you aren't familiar with what we're talking about, using the specific examples that Jay mentioned, I'm sure you guys know, if you watch or listen to the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy, Charlemagne the God, right? And they have guest hosts. Now that Angela Yee is gone, so DJ Envy, if you followed him, you know that in addition to being a DJ, in addition to working on the Breakfast Club, he also is really heavily involved in real estate investing. So that's kind of become his thing. I think he traveled and did workshops at one point.
That's where this came from.
Oh, okay. So yeah, traveled and did workshops, and so got in different cities, got connected with a gentleman, and then were able to get other parties who weren't necessarily personally know them to get involved in some of these deals. But the problem is, now you have some time that's passed, And now individuals are like, wait a minute, but we haven't seen the money, or now they're being scammed, and so now people are being investigated. And initially, it wasn't DJ Envy; it was just his partner. But now it's grown to where it's included the both of them. So that's the one hand. The other hand, what I've been seeing play out is this conversation between this whole real estate investment, what is it, a trust or a fund?
Oh, you talking about with Jay
Jay
Morrison?
Morrison,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's a Tulsa real estate fund.
So it's a total. So you now you have a whole fund, which means that you have many investors that have put their time, money, and energy into this. And now, I guess the person that was his partner has come out and said, "Yo, wait a minute, I can't even get a straight answer from you myself." So I know that the other individuals that's connected to this, like he even created a Facebook group and everything, so that people that are disgruntled or whatever, they can come in there and really just kind of share their thoughts and hopefully get some information or reach some sort of resolve. So we did a video about this for our YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed to S.T.A.R.V.E Talk, make sure that you do that on YouTube so that you can stay connected with all of the content that we're producing and not just our weekly live streams. But what we really wanted to get to the heart of the matter is from an working together space, a partnership space, an investment space, talking about the why we get so caught up with celebrity. Now, I know when it comes to like entertainers, sports individuals, and people like that, we get excited about the celebrity of that. But I'm talking about the celebrity when it comes to us investing our money. It's so much easier it seems to be so much easier for us to put our money into something with someone just because they have a name, just because they have a platform, just because they have millions of followers. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like I see some of this stuff and I'll be like, you giving me scammy vibes, like, because I don't, what you're saying doesn't even make sense for the age you are, for what I'm seeing, whatever. So I just want to talk about that for a minute and get you guys' feedback on it. Is why does it seem, or why is it so much easier for us to put our money into these people that we don't know, aren't connected to at all, just because they are a celebrity? So what do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I don't know either. No, I mean, because we had these conversations. You can go meet your local barber who's got a track record of doing good business. It can be a brother from the community that's don't have a bad name, but they can come to you. I've seen people, and I say barbers because that's always my first little hangout. And I remember years ago being in my barbershop that I went to in Columbia, and we sat there, and my barber was smart enough to try to have some individuals come in and talk about pooling some money together. And most of the people that was in there looked like me, and they were like totally against it. They had every excuse in the world why they didn't want to get down. But if a celebrity or influencer on social media said it, they were sending their money, and they sending money all over the world. Like, it's not like Jay Morrison lives in Atlanta. And again, this is by no way saying that that's what he did. He scammed about. These are alleged, because I don't know. These are alleged charges or potential situations that's going to possibly happen. But this wasn't just people from Atlanta investing in him. It was people from all over the world. And same thing with the DJ Envy situation. They did tours. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I just don't understand why is it so hard for individuals to work with their brother or their sister, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to, like, that you can walk into their house. And then secondly, people the thought what investing in business really is so misconstrued right now. Like, investments, you can lose on an investment. But soon as you give your money to your brother and he don't bring you back double return or return, I want my money back. You lose on investments, dude. Like you like, when are y'all gonna get that through your head? Like, this is why it's hard to work with people, right?
Yeah.
Because you have an idea, and that's okay. Ideas are perfect. Like, you find an idea, and it might look like a good thing, and you take you go out and you bet on it. You might can convince 2 or 3 other people to believe in the same idea. Y'all lose. That doesn't mean that you scammed them. It didn't work out the way you thought it would work out. It didn't work out, and that's okay. It's just business. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not always a scam. I was watching Earn Your Leisure a few days back, and they had 2 billionaires on there, and the gentleman was saying, yeah, well, if you're an investor and you're investing in companies, if you invest in 10 companies and 3 or 4 of them pop off, you're in good shape. So what that's telling you, that 6 or 7 of them, they're expecting not to make no money off of it, is a potential situation. But their goal is just to be in it, because they know there's no way they can't win it. You got to be in it to win it, right? That's real. And now, of course, they don't look like you and me and Tamika, and they have a clear understanding that they're going to take an L on an investment. I'm not saying that if somebody got taken advantage of, that they shouldn't feel away, because if that's what happened, that's what happened. But I need my people from an educational space right here in this platform to understand that investments, you can lose on an investment without getting scammed. It's timing goes into that. You know what I'm saying? It's so much research goes into investing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just because somebody said that they can do something, don't mean that it's going to pop off. That's why you're supposed to be investing with money that you okay to take an L with, because that can happen. That's a real possibility that you can lose your money when you start investing.
So Gia said, going back to your part about people, that she said that is the part about people. They're quick to support celebrities, but don't support their brothers and sisters they know. And I've sat in on particular, not sat in on, but overheard conversations where you could be in a group of people and one person has an idea and they're like, oh man, we could all just pull together, we could all just put our money together, we can change this in the community, we can create this store, we can create this fund and do some things to really sort of give back. And everybody's like, yeah, man, I was thinking about that. I actually had some ideas myself. It's funny you say that, but here's the problem. When it's time to put your money where your mouth is, then everybody get ghosted. See, ghosting doesn't just happen in relationships. Ghosting also ghosting also happens.
You didn't take it to the
I'm just saying, I just got I got to make it plain for the people in the back because they don't be knowing. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't just happen with people in relationships. Ghosting happens when it's time for us to put our money where our mouth is, because the problem is this, right? This is as I see it. The problem is we talk about the people that don't want to invest with their people, but we don't realize that we are the people that we're talking about. That be my issue, because I think you can sit there, you can listen to somebody and they're like, yeah, and they were given an opportunity and they didn't participate in it. Like, no, I'd be like, please be quiet, because you you just 3 shades from crazy right here, talking out both sides of your
shades.
3 shades from crazy, talking out both sides of your neck. I gotta give it to him raw, because it's just crazy. Look, Gia said, girl, yes, ghosting happens with investments. Like, come on, people. If we are really going to be about what we say that we're going to be about, it is going to require our money. Now, here's what Jay was saying, I think, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, so please correct me. But the thing is, if you ain't got $5,000, you can't invest $5,000. Like,
what happened?
Yeah, that's what I mean, because if they, you have to invest at the level that you can afford to lose. Like, that's what Jay was saying. When it comes to investments, you can lose your money. So you got to be willing to invest at the level that you can afford to lose. If everybody, because I know they tell us we got to put, you've said certain dollar amounts and things like that. They tell us that that's what we need to get in there. But if you one paycheck next to being out your house, you can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, but another thing too with that, and you're absolutely right. You know what I mean? But it's a thing. Investment is a thing. And what I mean by it being a thing is that, like, it's not something that you should play with. You should actually learn what it is to invest. You know what I mean? Because what people think is investing is not investing. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that. I taught that investment talk until I ran into a real investor. Like, you're not doing that. And I'm glad that the funny thing, this is the beautiful part about it. As you get higher up in the food chain, you meet people that have a lot more grace. I'm sorry to say, like, people that's thinking they're so hard on you, but you can meet a millionaire and you're trying to become a millionaire, and they treat you so much better, and you can have your little bit of money, and they oh God, poor baby, come on, let me show you how to invest that thing right. But you meet a person that's, like you said, almost about to be out their house, and they're gonna talk about you so bad, they're gonna treat you so bad, the fronting people. So and I've did that in the entertainment space. I mean, I would try to interview, people that was on the come up, and they give me the hardest time. But then I've been invited into celebrities' homes, literally, to do interviews. And they're like, hey, what do you need? You want some food? You want that? So, like, we got to get out of that garbage, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? And be okay with learning. Be okay with getting the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding so that you can go forward. Far as the ghosting, again, I wanted to just start. It ain't even about the money. I just want the honest conversation to happen for individuals to know, like, all right, I want to work with my brother or my sister, because if you got $500 and you're trying to do something, if somebody else got 500, y'all can do it way faster. And I think Jay-Z said this: a lot of people want to have 100% of nothing instead of a percentage of a whole lot. Wow. And that's sad. That's sorry. Like we have to grow up, man. Like we can get there a whole lot quicker. I begged and pleaded to people for years to work with me to get up the situation. Friends, people I knew, all of it. I stopped doing it. But the funny thing, when I started going and doing investments on my own and started meeting other people, the people came out of the woodwork. People came out of the woodwork. It's people I don't talk to right now. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I'm showing you that I'm willing. I'm showing you. I'm putting up. And they're like, you talking about ghosting. They go this way, go that, and they ain't had the money. They just ain't want to work with me. Because people are too busy watching each other's pockets, and people don't want to see people come up. That's why you would send your money to Atlanta if you in Los Angeles, as opposed to working with somebody right there in Los Angeles with you, because then you don't want them to know your pocket. Do you know how many? Look, I see people. I've seen so many people stock portfolio in the last 6 months, and they show it to me with ease. Wow. They're like, yo, yeah, this is what I'm trading right now. This is what I got going on. And this is what I got in the market. And they show me the whole bag. We were taught to, like, don't say anything. They're like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? and look, please, I'm not even there yet. I'm a lot more free with my information than I ever was. But I'm telling you right now, I've met people who are filthy rich, and they let me know all of the information. Like, they're sitting there like, yeah, well, I got this going on. I got that. I got this stock account. I got a stock account with TD. I got a stock account with Merrill Lynch. I got to do this. That's the one I use for this. This is the one I use for that. And they got this amount of, see this? I mean, screenshots. Because I'm learning and I'm investing, and they're screenshot. This is what I did. And they hit me up, and I got to be open with them. And it feels like going to the doctor. You got to take your clothes off. You know what I'm saying? Because they showed you there, so you got to show them yours. So they're like, yeah, so what you do today? You know what I'm saying? How'd you do? How's your property going? The one that you got over there. How that property going? And I don't tell people my business. I'm from the street for real. Like, I don't be talking about what I'm doing, but you got to, they showed you yours there, so you got to show them yours. But it has helped me, because the more transparent I become with those individuals, the more they give me. That's right. The more they're like, all right, well, look, you need to talk to this person. You need to talk to that person. But we just got to grow out of these generational, restraints that we put on or our grandparents and parents put on us, and we just readily adopted them, and we won't give them up.
Yeah, I like your point, like what you were saying about the information sharing. Like, to me, the important thing is education, and education can't happen without information sharing. And a lot of times individuals, especially in our community, we don't want to share because we don't like to see people get higher than where we are. Like, right. That's the fact. We want to be gatekeepers. Y'all know we had a conversation about gatekeepers months ago. We want to be gatekeepers. We don't want to share information. We want to hold it to ourselves because we want to be in a certain place, right? We don't want people to see our vulnerabilities. We don't want people to see us still learning. We don't want people to see us still struggling. When the fact of the matter is, you see somebody that's trying, you see somebody that's trying to get to another level, you see somebody that's willing to do whatever it takes to get there, those are the people that we should be connecting to and willing to put our information in. And Gia, you're absolutely right. We don't share, and we have to do better than that as a community because y'all, I am so tired of seeing these conversations across social media, especially of people saying collaboration and partnership and working together and blah blah blah, and we're singing the same song over and over and over again, but we are not coming together for true change. True change happens with the money. Like my mama got this saying, she said, "Money talking, bullshit walk." That's that's what my mama say that all the time, and she's almost 80 years old. Like she says that all the time. Money talks. When we are willing to really come together, we want to rally and we want to march and we want to do all the things, and that's cool. But after that's done, then what? There's still no real change has been affected. No laws have been different. We aren't lobbying. We aren't doing any of those things.
Oh, you're gonna get some different people on here. You start talking about that lobbying now.
We are not doing any of those things to really come together and make a difference. And like it's past time for us talking about it. It's like that's how our community, we want to study Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we want to study Black Wall Street. And I even think a pastor in Atlanta created a Black Wall Street situation down there.
That was over. What's name is in there too? The Jay Morrison got something to do with that situation.
See, so you know what I'm saying? So we want to create these things. We want to do this stuff, but I mean, where's the heart for that? Like Atlanta shouldn't be the only place that's talking about doing that.
Another thing too, we can't be so stuck in the past. Like okay. We gotta learn from the past and then create it now. As long as they can keep us in Tulsa, they can keep us in what Martin Luther King did. They can keep us in what we did in Africa. Like that's cool. We keep that in your backpack. Mm-hmm. Keep that power in you. Yeah. Now let's create something different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to be left behind because we're still trying to recapture something that like look, we know what they did. We know what the mistakes was. We know what the greatness was. Let's create something different. We can create amazing things right now if we do what we're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we got to stop worrying about all that. Like, it don't take a lot. Right. Because I'd rather you start with, $50, $100 with you and your brother or with 5 people and then move up. Because it builds muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're a generation, or we're people that don't, in this country, we haven't had money for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, even this country haven't really had it like that for a long time. You think that people that were slave owners ain't tanked they had 3 houses and 150 slaves and ain't gamble it away? They did that too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's not what's going to be written in the history books. But no, people are people. And we knew the money. So people are not giving you their 50 racks unless they think you a celebrity. The young lady got her job, got fired just to go see Beyonce. It's ridiculous. So, but start with $100. Start with $50. Start with $500, and test it so it can be a muscle memory thing. So by the time you get to 5,000, 10,000, you're not feeling that way. It's already something you're doing. That's what investment got to be like. You got to understand, like, it's an investment in the car. So okay, you know what? I don't want just I got my car payment, but if you got some money put to the side, put it to work. Solve some people's problems. Invest in some people. Put something in it. It's all right. It's a muscle memory. But start working with your people. Stop doing everything on your own. Yes. Rich people, look, they got the money. They can have $50 million in their pocket and something costs $5 million. They're going to call somebody and say, you got $1 million? You got $1 million? I mean, they got 4 other people with $1 million, and then they're going to do what they think with the $1 million. Because rich people ain't trying to give up all their money. It just ain't. It just don't make sense for them to give up all their money. So they're not trying to hear it. So they're like, nah, B, we good. It's cost $5 million. I got 50, but I'm gonna put up $1 million, and I'm gonna go find 4 other brothers or 4 other sisters, and we're gonna put up $1 million, and we're gonna do this deal and see what happens. Or they even so sweet with it that they won't even put up $1 million. They'll leverage something that they own. Investor, and say, all right, let me get $1 million out of that and let that work, as opposed to spending any of my cash. But that's what they don't talk about or teach you. You know what I'm saying? Like they just sitting there, oh, and I hate this too. Because you got other individuals or people from the establishment and you expect them to talk to you a certain kind of way. But the people I hate is people that look like me and look like you, who get the game and then they become so damn cryptic. They become so damn cryptic. Shout out to my brother Terrence Tucker. Tuck. I remember Tuck came to my office and said, yo, I want to start my podcast. I pulled Tuck right in the damn office, showed him everything I had. He'll tell you right now. Like, this, like, why are we doing that? Why are we holding out? Like, you ain't got the only idea, and it sucks because you got an idea, ain't doing nothing with it. But you won't tell nobody else so that they can do it. You got an idea and you holding on to it, and then somebody else is in position. That's like the quarterback got a wide open person at the end zone, can throw a touchdown. We score when I throw the touchdown past him. No, I got to be the one to run it all the way in. And you got a whole lot of time so they can tackle your ass. Now we lost the game. That's what happens. If you got an idea, you can come up with another one. But capitalize off it. And you know what? Invest. Hey, look, brother, you good at this. You should do this. I'll invest in what you got going on. And then we got to stop being afraid of getting paperwork done. Lawyers don't cost that much. It really don't. To get in a lawyer room, it costs about the same amount as those Jordans you got on your feet. The newest ones. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at some of your paperwork. You know what I mean? Or pay them a retainer. Keep a retainer going every month, about a pair of Jordans or two. You know what I'm saying? That you're getting anyway. And keep them on retainer to look at paperwork so that you ain't going in there blind. And draw up a contract with your people. And then make them help you with the lawyer. Look, I got a lawyer. He'll look over the paperwork. It's going to cost us $1,000. I got my $250. All the other three, y'all come with y'all $250. Or do y'all want to get another lawyer that none of us knows so it can make sure that it's, amicable? That's fine. As soon as paperwork and legal stuff come up, people head for the hills. But the people that's winning don't. They like, yeah, bet. They curse each other out and still can work. I haven't even got to that part yet. You can't curse me out, we still cool. But I've seen it. And I was like, oh, wow, what's going on? So it's just a different way, man, and we got to learn from it, man. We can't be hating. We can't be talking about it. We got to learn. As long as we stay in the back and keep worrying about what happened 100 years ago, it's a lot of stuff happening right here in front of you that you're missing.
Yeah, and I like your point about paperwork and things like that, because that says that you're serious and it says that you really are ready to take the next step. And I think that a lot of us are all talk. We talk about certain things. We may even be passionate about certain things, but we're never willing to take that next step to actually make the move. And that's sad. And so in my opinion, that's, as a community, that's what we have to do to change, to really see us grow, to really see us, we talk about, there's a 400-year gap, right? Jay talks about this all the time. There's a 400-year gap between us and them. So there are multiple ways for us to bridge that 400-year gap. But one of those ways is really working together. And so I think that this is a huge black eye to us as a community, because when we see things like this, then that exposure happens and light is just shined on this issue that's constantly plaguing us. It's kind of that thing that's always, like that little dog that's always just nipping away at your ankle, just nip, 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 never biting, but just aggravating. That's what this is. It's an aggravating sort of thing that's constantly plaguing us. And we haven't reached a level of being smart enough to actually come together and really fix the problem. And until we do, we're going to find ourselves in this constant cycle, right? There are going to be instances where people don't understand investing. There are going to be instances where people are taken advantage of because we don't want to educate ourselves. There are going to be instances where we're going to miss out on some things because we don't want to share information. And that's a problem, right? That's a problem. So going forward, we definitely need, especially for those of you that we're connected to, those of you that are a part of this platform, what we're about. And so as we continue to delve deeper into topics like this, let's come to the table with something. Let's come to the table with something tangible so that we can really start to make a difference. And so, I love this platform because this platform is one of those things. I Won't Starve is one of those brands and one of those entities that can take us to the next level. So, there are ways and there are opportunities that's right in front of us, but we just got to open up our eyes to see.
One of the things I always say about that 400-year gap is that we got to stop playing that game. Now, if you're a Monopoly player, there's no way in hell you're going to sit there and let somebody go around to collect gold and collect $200 400 times and still play that game.
No.
I mean, just think about it.
Right.
Are you going to sit there on Monopoly and say, you know what? I'm going to wait till you go around, keep rolling dice, go around 400 times, and then I'm going to jump in the game and play? Well, we fell victim to that. But you always have a choice to say, nah, I'm not playing no more. I'm good. I don't want to play that game. The game is over. And so now start the new damn game. You know what I'm saying? New rules. And we're going to start from scratch. We lost. We lost 400 times ago. And it's hard to say that. You lost. You got your ass whooped. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But however it worked out. But a lot of situations, that doesn't count anymore. It really doesn't in a lot of situations. Some it does. But a lot of situations it don't, that means we are way ahead of it. So it's like a better. Why are you making bets on things that you don't have a chance to win on? You're taking bets that you don't have a chance to win. I talked about this, and I promise you it's going to be the name of my next book, Lottery Ticket. I had a speech. I spoke on this back in like 2018 at a school in South Carolina, and I said that we got to stop treating our kids like lottery tickets. Because you have 3 or 4 children, and you put them in school, and you just say, hey, one of them might make it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you have people who make sure that all their damn kids make it, it's already set up for them. And if you do that, you hedge your bets. That will happen. Same with your life, not just waiting on your kids' life, but your life. Like, yo, it's rules, it's games out there that you can play that you got a huge percentage of you winning. But we keep trying to go over here to the lottery ticket thing. Maybe God going to bless me and give me but God bless you with common sense. And the God I serve don't give out those type of blessings. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense. What I mean by that is, like, when you get a blessing from God, you know that it's from God. Like, you know it's something that you couldn't do, but only He can do. But it's tailor-made for you, so it makes sense. But God ain't telling you keep running into no damn brick wall. If that's the God you serve, and don't I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to meet him. I don't want to know nothing about him. You shouldn't tell nobody about that. But a lot of that comes from what you do. You set a plan for your life, hopefully. You start working that plan. You got to give somebody something to work with. So that comes into investing. Nobody's going to invest with you if they don't see that you're serious about what you're trying to do. Now, granted, even no matter how serious you are, I don't guarantee no investment. That's just reality. But at the end of the day, some people got to be happy losing with you. And that's something to think about. We always try to look for the people who are okay with winning with us. Well, that's not hard to find. Everybody want to win with you when you're winning. I need the people who are okay with taking an L with me. When you come from the street, you understand that. That was the person who didn't run when you was getting your ass kicked. You knew that it wasn't no chance of you winning. They knew it was no chance of y'all winning this fight. But they didn't run. They stood there with you. And they took the beating together. And those people became friends forever. But the people it's easy to find people who want to win with you. It's very easy to find people who want to win with you. But when you invest in, you have to say, who am I willing to take this L with? I'm putting up $1,000 with you. If they don't come, it's fine. It's still my dog. We do this $5,000. That's still my dog. But that also takes another thing. Money can't be the number one situation. Money can't be the number one situation. You have people that they're putting money in a space they worship it. I've never seen people worship tools. Money is a tool. I've never seen a carpenter worshiping their hammer. When I became successful as a photographer, because I was a businessman before I was a photographer, and I did not worship my camera. That's documented. You can go to Columbia, South Carolina. Everybody knows if you're from Columbia and you're a certain age, you know Aaron Bishop. That's my guy. I sold him my camera. So I wasn't worshiping no camera. That's my tool. Because I ain't had no money. And that camera cost $2,000. And so I sold it because I need the money first. But grateful to him and grateful to God for putting it on his heart to give it back to me. And I still didn't worship the camera. I said, I'm going to be a better businessman with it. I'm going to be a better wielder of this camera. And that's what you need to be about your money. You can't usurp your friendship over money. You can't usurp your family over money. You can't usurp the cause that you're investing in over money. Money don't stay with people who don't know how to use it and don't understand that it's just a tool. When you're ready to give up your kid for money, you're ready to give up your wife and your family for money, it's a good chance that you're not going to have it for long. Because as I said, I don't know too many people that's wielding tools that give up things that doesn't have a price tag on it for that tool. This is where we got to understand. People are like, they put everything, they got to get that money under control. You're putting everything on. You got to get that finances under control. You got to get your money under control. You got to know how to use it, know how to deploy it, and then teach your people so that you don't have to take on all the burden yourself. So when y'all want to go ahead and buy the block, y'all can buy the block. And this is aspirational thinking for me because I'm dolo when it comes to investing. I mean, I'm starting to meet people, starting to get what's name, but I went through hell. I wanted to invest all my life. Connection. All right, so yeah, we back. Hopefully y'all still there. But yeah, so I just wanted to touch on that with you guys and let you know, man, like it's we it's bigger than this. I done seen people lose their life over a little bit of money, man. Yeah. A little bit of money. They risk it all over a little bit of money. I was telling somebody before, in my day when I used to rip and run, I remember taking trips on the highway for $2,000 and $3,000, and I'm like, man, that wasn't enough to pay for my case to go away. But you get addicted to that thing and you just run it. Now you got to be smarter. You got to be smarter. And the smartest thing for you to do is not to do things alone, but stop letting these celebrities or these influencers, do their job and influence you to do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a lot of times these things don't happen by design. That people might go into things with pure hearts, and then it just goes awry. Sometimes it's their fault. Sometimes it's people that's not investors who want to invest, and they're like, hey, I gave you some money last week and I want the money tomorrow, next week. Right. And that's not how investment goes, especially both of them are in real estate. Man, man, look, it don't turn like that. I'm sorry. It don't turn like that. Only thing turn like that is drugs or stealing. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you got. Like, real estate, investing don't turn like that. If you're buying a whole building, 80 people, 80 unit building, that's a year or two project. You know what I mean? So if you gave them $100 grand, think you're gonna get something back next week, you lied. And if they told you that, they lied. All this stuff takes time, man. it takes time. So, I hope hopefully I'm able to shed some light on the situation. So when you invest, just know that stuff take time, man. Kev, to say the best houses to buy are the worst neighborhoods and recreate the block. No, yeah, you're absolutely right. But again, that takes time.
Yeah.
Do you realize, our Jewish brothers and sisters, you might see them, if you're really from the hood, right? You might see them pull up in the hood and start looking at property, right? And they buy with a plan. They go buy and they think about 20 years. They're like, oh, this is all right, we're gonna buy all 5 of those properties right now. Like Kev said, in the hood. Or we're gonna buy all 6 of them, 8 of them. And they gonna sit on it. It's a crack house today.
Right.
But it's gonna be the lowest of the low. And then once y'all get thrown out of the house, once it's foreclosed on or whatever happened, they come in, swoop it up once they own the whole block. And now it's the most expensive block in the area. Go look at Brooklyn. Half the people get pushed to the water. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing, man. So, like, you got to start thinking. You stop hating on these individuals and start learning from them. They're not hiding it. They're not hiding it. Actually, they're way more freely giving. Look, man, I moved over here, put my son in school. My son was the only kid that looked like himself, the only boy that looked like himself in his grade. He still is, right? And so I meet these parents, and like, what do you do? What do you do? And when they finally get to the part of what they do, man, I gotta tell them stop. Because they just give it all up. And they don't just say, I do this. They do this. I've made this last year. I've done this. Blah, blah, blah. Why don't you come by the house? Huh? Like, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game, man. So I'm blown away because I'm still,
Still getting there.
I'm still learning. Like, and don't come to my house. I live in the same place for 6 years, and people ain't know where I was living at. Like man, I'm hiding, but it's a little different. But you're never going to get anything. You're never going to get anything. Jim Rohn said it best. Jim Rohn said, you understand the price that you have to pay, for trying. He said, but wait till you get, the price and the bill for what you have to pay for not trying. You see what I'm saying? So you're running from the cause that is what it's going to cost you to, go after your dreams. But man, it's a way steeper cost to not. It's a way steeper cost to not. So we gotta be on this. We gotta be on it.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for checking in. So we got Kevin said they'll tell you if you ask. That's so true. He said a Jew taught him how to make $1 million. Love it.
Word. That's not the first person who I heard say that, on the real. Like, I got a couple people that I know, military people, everything, that's millionaires now. And it was like, I was in military with a Jewish person, and they told me the game.
Wow.
Wall Street Trapper. If y'all follow him, he was in jail with somebody who did a Ponzi scheme. Got bagged for doing millions of dollars, and he in there for drugs and all that other stuff. And he told him about Wall Street. Like these people are not hiding it from us. So stop hating on them. Look, bad people are bad people.
Right.
But you're gonna meet some of these people who are very nice people who, treat you right, and you treat them right, and y'all just decent people.
Yeah.
And you can learn. Stop having these preconceived notions of people. Let people show you who they are. Now, when they show you, believe it.
Right.
But if they haven't shown you, give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Give them a shot. Because we want the same thing. We want the benefit of the doubt. Now, if they mistreat you, hey, do what you do. But at the end of the day, give people a shot, because I'm sorry to say, a lot of our people ain't telling us the game. You know what I'm saying? And once we get the game, it's just our responsibility to not be like our people. Don't hold it back. Give it to the people who want to know the game. Yeah. Give your other people a shot to get a chance to do what they need to be doing. So it's all love. I think this was a great conversation.
It definitely was. Gia said they need to change their mindset, and that is absolutely correct. We all, we need to change our mindsets about certain things, how we view certain people, how we respond, how we react, how we interact, because it's holding us back ultimately at the end of the day. So this is a great discussion. And so for those of you that's watching this video in the replay, continue to keep this conversation going. Make sure that you continue to, drop your thoughts in here. Like, what are your thoughts? If you had an opportunity to invest in a partnership scenario, and what was your experience? What did you learn from that, good or bad, that we can then share with the community, and we can continue to grow and educate one another and help each other get to the next level. So thank for those of you that commented, that came on. We appreciate you. Much love to each of you. And hopefully you guys will have a great weekend, filled with relaxation, staying out the sun. It's still triple digits over here in Vegas. So, we're going to do our best to stay cool. But, we love you guys. We love these weekly conversations where we get an opportunity to connect and really take a deeper dive into topics that we believe that's important to us.
And also something that's really important. If you guys have a topic that you want to touch on, please, by all means, contact us so that we can bring it up and have a conversation. If you want to be a part of the conversation, we're open to that as well. So you guys can be a part of the live and come on, and we can chime in and do something. So let's make this interactive.
Yeah.
So Kev, what's up? Let's talk about that. Let's teach our people how to get to this bag.
Yeah.
Gia, definitely. Let's do that. Let's have these conversations that we can help our people get to what we need to get to. And this more so not just about the money, but just also get rid of the stinking thinking. Let's share our testimonies, you know what I'm saying? Share our wins, share our losses, so that we can teach people how to not lose, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. All that stuff is great, man, because that's my whole platform. I won't starve, you won't starve, Morning Motivation, Business Corner. All that is about what I went through and what you don't have to go through. Right. Because I didn't have the help. I went through every damn pothole there was. I didn't miss one. I didn't miss a bear trap. I didn't miss anything. I'm just so grateful to God that I'm able to still be here and still move. But I didn't get that. You know what I mean? So my job is to not be selfish and make sure my people don't have to go through the same thing I went through.
Right. Love that. We appreciate it. Kev says he's always down. Okay, we'll definitely reach out to you and schedule a time for us to come on and talk together. I think that's it for me. This was great.
It is.
This was great.
Y'all subscribe to the YouTube page if you haven't already. Go to S.T.A.R.V.E Talk. And he said happy people don't rob and hurt other happy people. You got that right. You got that right.
That's so true.
Kev, look, you need to put that on something, like it's a picture. You put that right there and frame it. I pay for it. I pay for it.
Sweet. Gia says she's down too. So we definitely will reach out to you guys and get you all on. In the meantime and in between time, as Jay said, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the S.T.A.R.V.E Talk YouTube channel to stay connected with our current events. And I will go ahead and type that link down here so you can give it a quick, little, okay, do a quick little top. You like that sound effect?
Yeah, but other than that, man, you guys enjoy your weekend. I don't think it's gonna happen right now, but I know the East Coast is getting prepared for another hurricane. So y'all batten down the hatches. They said it's a category 5 right now, but it's in the water. So we know that they kind of lose some strength once they get out of the water, but it's headed straight for the East Coast. I think it's Lee. So family, by the next time we get on here, probably it would have happened or about to happen. So y'all get prepared for that and be careful, be safe. Much love to y'all. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.